me and Caitlin been together for 3.5 years now. We've always talked about marriage, and I've joked and fake proposed and real proposed and all that because we already knew we were getting married. We have a child and everything, and so what was stopping us was money, having a big wedding. I wanted a big wedding. She was like, get married now, renew, have a wedding. I finally decided not letting money get in the way, and let's just go ahead and do it at the courthouse or whatever. Basically, by the time we got our license, it was almost time for her to go back to work. I found out that Fulton Hart could do weddings, but he thought I was joking. He didn't take me serious, and I ran into Coach Ham right before practice, and I told him, and he said he's married people before, and I was like, would you really do this for me and Caitlin today, like this afternoon after practice? She was like today? Do you want to do it tomorrow? I was like, well, let me call her first. So I called her, and she was like, no, I want to do it today before you change your mind. So then, so I told Coach Ham, it's happening today, and he did a great job doing it such on a short notice, and just like it took 15 minutes to set up, and it was like a 6-minute wedding, and now we're married, and it's all good.
No,
After football practice?
yeah, after football practice, yeah, man. That's definitely the first time I've, been in my coaching clothes and married somebody. I got licensed a couple years ago. I had a buddy that wanted to get married, and he found out the price to have a minister come and do it, and he said, well, you're comfortable speaking in public. Would you mind doing it? And so I performed that ceremony, and then I like Bishop a lot. I've liked him since I got here, and I saw he was kind of upset when I bumped him in the hallway that it wasn't going to get to happen. And then I tried to say, hey, let's wait 24 hours and, we can get some real music and, tell the students that this is going to happen. And then he said, well, let me call Caitlin. And then he did. And he's like, no, we're doing it today. And I said, okay. And so we went ahead and did it. And, did my best to personalize the vows and do something for them without having a firm knowledge of Caitlin, but having a good relationship with Bishop. So
Yes, I am. I was really hoping I put it on my own Twitter to try to get it to get retweeted. I just really wanted it for just the athletes to know because it's such short notice. But it was on the news, and I saw the ESPN article, and middle of the night my phone was blowing up. I had to turn my sound off, and I woke up this morning and a bunch of notifications. It was getting spread, and it's just crazy like how fast it's happened. And now everybody knows that we're married, and how we did it was kind of special and unique in its own way.
Yeah, I mean, it was really unique because whenever I was a kid, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have this big wedding in a church and all this stuff, but how our relationship is, it's really spontaneous and on edge, and we're very impulsive. So how we did it, it was really special to us.
At first they thought I was joking. Nobody, I guess, my personality, no one really takes me serious because I don't know what it is. But they didn't believe me they thought I was joking. And then at the end of practice, I said, hey, I'm gonna get married after practice. They thought I meant propose. I was like, no, I'm getting married after practice. And they came out there, and I'm really appreciative of those guys because they were there to support me and they had my back. I wasn't just out there, me and her, looking kind of silly. They were there, and after we had our kiss, they cheered me on, and it was pretty cool. And I know they had my back, so. Yeah. I woke up the same. Took her to daycare, took her to work, but only thing that changed was the activity on my phone and things like that. I feel the same way, so.
Have you changed your Facebook status to married?
Yes,
Yeah.
we did. Right after. She did it, right after.
It was right after.
It's crazy.
A half hour.
A half hour, that's right after. So, yeah, we have, so.
Well, we had talked about it, before he dropped me off for work, and then he had called me, and he was like, we're going to go get our marriage license at lunch. I was like, okay, let's do it. And then he said that Fulton was going to try to do it, and then he said that he didn't believe us and he wasn't going to do it, and I was like, okay, I guess we'll wait. And then I came to the stadium anyways, and then he said that Coach Ham was going to do it, and I was like, okay, well, let's do this thing.
here. Oh, that wasn't for me?
In this room?
Okay, so long story short, she was in my class first semester, freshman year. Never saw her. I sat in the back, which is a bad thing. But I was outside of Winslow cafeteria, and I was trying to be cool. I said, "Hey, girl," and like she was walking, and she almost tore her ACL. She stopped so hard. She stopped so hard, and I was like, "Do you have a boyfriend?" And she was like, "No." I said, "All right." And she walked inside. I didn't think to ask her name or anything like that. I didn't even know she was in my class. She ended up stalking me on the internet. She found me on Instagram,
No, I
and
looked at the roster because I knew
she
he
stalked
played
me.
football.
We ended up dating, and we've been together ever since. So she knew.
So Winslow's the hookup.
Yeah, Winslow's
Yeah.
the spot, man.
It wasn't the hookup spot.
It was just like I said. I've been lucky enough to be married for 13 years, and I know that when my wife says, "What are you thinking about?" you better have an answer, and I know that it's my job to kill bugs, and I know that most of the time when I'm in a bad mood, it's because we lost a game or one of my kids lost a game, and so you just kind of think about. I think a lot of times some of those things can be overproduced, these big grandiose statements of love, and that's not what love is. Love is the hard work, and love is the day-to-day, and love are the little things. And so I think if you keep that in mind, then you're more likely to be successful in it. It's about being able to maintain those feelings for somebody when they annoy you, and so those are things that are important. And so when he asked me to do it and told me to do it however I wanted to do it, that's how I wanted to do it. I didn't want to talk about unicorns and rainbows and all that other stuff. Being married's about, when your wife is sick. Being married's about when there's no milk at midnight. That's the thing that being married's about. So.
For starters, like me and her, we've been through a lot. A situation that happened last year. We lost a child, and that's some things like even grown people don't go through, and we were so young, and doing that, we kind of like matured together and kind of like became one person, and we really legit balance each other. When she's down, I'm there to pick her up, and I'm down, she's right there to pick me up. Like if I'm tired to do something, she'll do it, vice versa. Like, and we're really just one person in two different bodies, well, three different bodies now, and we learned how to finance because when we first started dating, we were broke. We spent money like it was nothing, but now we have a child and stuff, and learn responsibility, and we support each other. So selflessness is a major thing. So.
This guy doesn't get enough credit. Like, coming from the school I was at before, an elite academic and athletic program, and I met Bishop, and he was working at Pizza Hut at night. I mean, after football and after practice and doing grades. And that really impressed me, and I don't think that they take enough credit for, their day-to-day life and how they work together and how they're able to come out and, Caitlin and Benjamin are out at practice. I mean, that's pretty unique in and of itself. I mean, even if this had never made it out, you hear so much bad about college athletics and college athletes, and here you've got a guy that's showing up to practice and passing all of his classes, and then going to Pizza Hut till all hours of the night to keep food on the table for the family. So that in and of itself, I'm proud to be a part of somebody that lives their life like that. So, there was a great story here before all of this happened, in my mind.
Not at all. I honestly, truly believe not at all. Coach Ham did an amazing job. Like, that's why when people say, are you going to do it later? Like, no, like that was by far like above my expectations. I'm thinking he was going to stutter or he was just going to like say some lame stuff, and he did a great job. Like, he had me teary-eyed, not just looking at Caitlin, like he's doing a good job, and then I have the football team on this side. I'm like, yo, this is real, and this is not like a joke. He's doing a great job. I was like, I'm really getting married, and I truly felt like if I was in a church, it wouldn't have been different. Like, this is the real deal, and he did a great job, and I appreciate him for that. So, yes, I'm putting a football cleat. Caitlin used to be a racer girl. We might put a dance shoe and put one of his shoes up there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, all three of them together on the shoe tree. I'm excited for that. I don't know when, but we're gonna do it. So, yeah. Thank y'all.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Just like that.